It's Williams and Cheserek.
Oh
80
my-
meters to go. Head to head. Williams trying to hold the chest. Doherty Williams is your champion, ladies and gentlemen. Takes down Edward Cheserek. Villanova are your 4x-mile champions. Wow.
Talk to me, baby. Welcome back to Run Junkie on the road. Turn this music down. We're here driving home from Texas A&M, which is where I was filming a workout Wednesday. But I'm actually, before I go home, I'm gonna make a pit stop at my local running store, and I'm gonna pick up those Wave Catalysts by Mizuno. I'm getting another pair. I already had a pair for the show. Buying another pair for my family. But let's get right into it. Run Junkie is back. What went down this weekend? So much. Stanford Invite, Florida Relays. You got people running fast, slow, medium fast. Everywhere you go, they're running fast. But before we get to that, I gotta make sure I know where I'm going. Let's get into it. What happened this weekend, starting with the Stanford Invitational, which was live on FlowTrek. Maggie Vesey looking fashionable as ever, looked good in her 2 and her 4, but more importantly, looked good in her new kit. You know, she always did bring these new kits. Outside of that, we got a fast 800 girl, 2:02 by Barwoski of Princeton, coming up strong. Look at her to be an All-American contender in that women's 800. But then the story of the meet had to be those 5Ks and those 10Ks. Starting with the 5Ks, Dom Scott, just off that Olympic standards, runs 15:25, so close, new PR for her. She is contender. Watch out, Molly Seidel. On the men's side, there was no pacer. No pacer for the men. Paul Chalimo, trying to get an Olympic standard, runs 13:36. Didn't have a pacer, was frustrated about it, tweeted about it. Tommy Awad, though, runs 13:41, top collegiate time so far this year. He's going to be a challenger when it comes to the NCAA system. On the women's side, Laura Thwett takes the win there in the 10K, but looking at Bruce, Miss Bruce, coming off a baby, just 6 months, gets the standard in the 10K. Wow, talk about mom power right there. Giving birth, 6 months later, you run a standard to run at the trials. That just doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen. I mean, having a baby's hard enough, but running really fast, that just makes it even better. And then the marquee race of the entire day, what would German Fernandez do? What is he gonna run in the 10K, 25 laps? What is he gonna do? Well, he's gonna run the Olympic trials standard. That's what he's gonna do. He runs sub 28:10, try to get the 28 flap, doesn't, falls off in that last lap, but he's fit. He's able to run sub 28:10. The 2 U.S. Army boys, Kip Churcher and newly U.S. Army man, Lenny Coyer out of Iona. He is now an American citizen, running for U.S. Army. He is the real deal, takes the win in 27:58. Scott Fauble, just off the Olympic standard, runs 28 flat. Scott Fauble, no joke. He challenged Mo Farah on the cross-country course earlier this year. Now he's on the track, running close to Olympic standards. Scott Fauble, and is the elite. Shout out. We also had some other great distance action at Florida Relays. Henry Wynn, the mile champion, he was like, who's this kid? Wins the mile. We think it's not a stacked mile because some of the top guys didn't run, but he is now a top guy because he just ran 3:38. 3:38 over Craig Engels, who also ran 3:38. But what a run for him. Henry Wynn, he is definitely looking to now be the favorite in that 1500 against Blake Haney. And also in that race, 3:41 by Brandon McBride. McBride, the 800 meter runner, runs 3:41. We didn't see him indoor. He chose to run the 4x4 instead. He is fit. Can't wait to see him run the 800, because when he does run the 800, he's going to have some stiff competition, because Andres Arroyo just broke 146, runs 145 high, becoming the 7th active NCAA athlete to have a PR under 146. That is insane. 7 athletes. You got McBride, you got Rudo, you got Kidder, you got O'Neill, you got Murphy, you got Brazier, and now you have Andres Arroyo. 7 guys, all under 146, with others knocking on the doorstep of sub 146, the men's 800 outdoors. Now that you add in Brandon McBride, just got even sweeter. And now this weekend, we got some big meets. Cheserek is going to be running over at the Pepsi Invite. You got some fast times. High school kids running in Arcadia. It just gets better and better and better. I cannot wait. And this month is like the best month to do anything, because We got Mount Sac relays. You got Penn relays. You got Peyton Jordan. We got the Michael Johnson Classic. We got the Larry Ellis invite. We got all these great meets coming to you live. And don't forget, LaShawn Merritt, Driven Trailer, hit last week, is now, watch first episode this week on Wednesday. It's going to be crazy. And to all the people, this is my last thing I have to say. To all my people who watched that Galen Rupp post-marathon race workout, April Fools, you got your fix.